Year 2016. Village named Mayun. Hunza District, Pakistan. My teacher Solman bin Farooq's birthplace. Let me briefly tell the history of this village. Mayun is a village located in the Hunza region of the Himalayas in northern Pakistan, and it is a very small area for agriculture. This village is situated along a path of the ancient Silk Road and has been used as a major trade crossroads between China, Afghanistan, India, and Pakistan. It is a turbulent and prehistoric region where battles have raged for many centuries between China, India, Pakistan, and Pakistan. Every year, as a tradition, a fair is organized along the borders of this village. Religious disciplines and various ancient rituals are secretly observed at this fair. Although actions have been taken against these rituals many times, it has not been possible to stop the secret rituals. 17 days after the fair ends, a farmer appears before my teacher Solman bin Farooq. His condition is very wretched. He has no clothes on his body. His lungi is torn in many places. Seeing his poverty-stricken state, the teacher feels great sorrow and asks what happened to him. How did he end up in such a condition? He says in a tearful voice, "Huser, I've become destitute from showing doctors. I have no wealth left. I have become a beggar on the streets. I can't even save my 2 daughters. Please help me for Allah's sake." Saying this, he was crying like a 10 to 12-year-old child. The teacher calms him and asks him to tell the whole incident. He says from 17 days ago, after going to the fair, his 2 daughters have become somehow strange. They don't sleep, don't eat, climb trees to catch and kill birds, and consume them as food. The girls who were afraid of the dark can't tolerate light. They lie lethargic all day and roam the house at night. They go to the chicken coop and twist off the chickens' heads. At night, they go to the courtyard and make various gestures. They say various things in Urdu, Arabic, and many other languages. One day, the younger twin was screaming for water at night. When her mother brought her water, she drank the entire bottle in one gulp. Then she ran to the bathroom. Her mother, in fear, went to the bathroom with her and saw that the girl's urine color was completely red. The mother realizes that this happened due to not drinking water. I inform the village doctor. He comes, examines, and says both girls have severe dehydration and urine infection. They had many problems with food and drink. The doctor prescribes some vitamins and advises to go to the hospital. Huser, buying so much medicine and injection for the 2 girls every day, has exhausted all my money now. But even after spending so much money, I haven't been able to cure my 2 daughters yet. Now all my money is gone. Treating my daughters has left me destitute. Then, helpless, I bring my daughters home. After bringing them home, my daughter's condition hasn't improved at all. Rather, it's getting worse. Their behavior is even more erratic than before. They speak randomly, come to hit while talking, threaten in various languages, show reluctance toward the Quran Sharif and religion. We are living in great fear now. We have no money left. The village people say that they are possessed by Jinn. Someone has done black magic. Everyone says to bring them to you. You're supposedly very skilled in this matter. Please help my 2 daughters. Huser, I fall at your feet. Help my 2 daughters. Saying this, the man starts crying. Now Huser says, "Brother, please calm down. Don't cry. I have heard about your daughters. Now tell me, what is your name and where have you come from?" He says his name is Muhammad Wasim. Then Huser says, "Okay, Wasim brother, can you take me to your house? I want to go to your house once and talk to your daughters and all the people around your house. I also want to talk to the doctor where you took your daughters for treatment." Hearing Huser's words, a sense of relief returns to his face. He thanks Huser and asks when he can come to his house. Huser informs him that he will go tomorrow. Wasim Sahib prays to Allah for Huser and takes leave. The next morning, the teacher goes to talk to the fair committee members to find out if any secret rituals were performed at the fair. As expected, they all brush off the matter completely and ask the teacher to leave from there. Instead of going home, the teacher goes to Wasim Sahib's house a little before Asr. There, He conducts an investigation in his own way and talks to the people around Wasim Sahib's house. In present times, we call this investigation a documentary. The investigation starts from neighbor Hazmat Sahib's house. When he knocks on Hazmat Sahib's door, Hazmat Sahib comes out, greets him, and they talk. Hazmat Mia, do you know about the problem with Wasim Sahib's daughters? Hazmat Sahib says, yes, Huzer, I know. Tell me a bit about the incident. On the day of the fair, at around 8 p.m., we hear screaming sounds from Wasim brother's house. When we go to his house to inquire, he says they didn't hear any such scream. We finish talking and leave around 10 o'clock. We sit down to eat. Suddenly, in the dim light by the window, we see one of Wasim brother's daughters standing in front of our window. We are a bit surprised and invite her to eat at our house tonight. Suddenly the girl says, "Hey Hazmat, isn't today your father's death anniversary? Shame, 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 shame. Leaving your hellbound father and eating beef here. What is your father's condition? Come, I'll show you." When I call her rude, she screams. I complained to Wasim about his daughter's behavior. She told Wasim that Hazmat's father is in hell and that this devil was eating beef today, cooked with oil and spices, saying, "Shame, shame, shame," before running away. Wasim informed me that his daughter's condition started after returning from the fair. From the next day, screams and various poetry-like recitations in an unknown language, possibly not Urdu or Arabic, likely not Arabic, were heard from their house at night. Both girls gradually began behaving this way, making it scary to open the door at night. They were taken to the hospital, but Wasim, a poor farmer, was in great distress. I lent him about 5,000 rupees. "Huzer, he is suffering greatly. Please help him." Hearing this, the teacher left and, after Maghrib prayers, went to Wasim Bai's house. There, he began reciting Ayatul Harq, which are Qur'anic verses related to hell and punishment, followed by Ruqyah, a process involving these verses and specific intentions for healing. During a previous Ruqyah I conducted elsewhere for a young man possessed by an obsessive Jinn, the Jinn left before I finished reciting Ayatul Harq, and though the family offered reward, I only asked for water. After that, I saw my teacher had called me, asking if I knew Mayun village and telling me to come quickly before disconnecting. That night, I went home, ate and slept. During Tahajjud prayer, I struggled to focus, even forgetting Surah Fatiha, and pleaded with Allah for forgiveness, wondering why this was happening. During Far prayer, I felt a breath on my right shoulder, but continued, and after turning left for salam, someone said, "We didn't get scared," and kept praying. I prayed to Allah and left for Mayun, arriving around 9 p.m. I called my teacher, who gave me the address, and upon reaching his house, we shared information about the patient. Back to my teacher's account. I knocked on Wasim Sahib's door, and he opened it. The doctor was already there. I was seated in the outer room, hearing an argument inside. The doctor, addressing me, questioned why a fraudulent Huzer like me was brought, threatening police action if the girls were harmed. Suddenly, the doctor came out, saying, "Huzer, they're my patients. I'll watch you and record everything. If anything goes wrong, I'll go straight to the police." I smiled and said, "Okay." As I moved inside, I saw a girl in a pale kurta slowly banging her head against the wall. The doctor called it sleepwalking, but I stopped him, saying it wasn't, and asked to observe. I greeted the girl with salam, and she turned sharply, saying in a thunderous voice, "I hate your salam, Solomon leave." I could only say astaghfirullah, feeling a bit scared, as my faith is weak. We all claim not to fear anything but Allah, but in reality, even a creak at night frightens us. The doctor gave the girl an injection, and she hurled abuses at him, then suddenly said, "Isn't your daughter 3 months old? What if something happens to her?" The doctor was terrified. The girl became limp from the injection. The doctor asked how she knew my name and his daughter's details, and why she reacted to my salam. I told him, "Brother, you named your daughter Maryam, meaning you're Muslim. You believe in Allah, not Satan." His expression was clear. I saw a mark of fear on his face. After that, Wasim Sahib took me to their daughter's room. I saw 2 mattresses laid on the floor of the room. 2 girls on the 2 mattresses. The girl on one mattress had her hands and feet tied, and on the other was the girl who had just been given an injection. They look exactly the same, mashallah. Twins. One's name is Ikra, the other's Kirat. Ikra is older, and Kirat is younger. Ikra's hands and feet are tied. I tell Wasim Sahib to untie Ikra's hands and feet. He unties Ikra's bonds. When I look at Ikra, she sits up and just says to me, "Solman, you'll see." Saying this, she sticks out her tongue. Astaghfirullah nayuzabillah. Something is written on her tongue. I hold her little finger tightly. Reciting Ruqyah verses, in the name of Allah, I ask her to say what her name is. She screams, frees her hand from mine, goes to a corner of the room, and sits down in such a way as if someone had set fire to her body. She tells me that I won't be able to save these 2 girls in any way. Ifrit will come, Ifrit will take them. After that, I shift uncomfortably. Where did Ifrit suddenly come from? This story is very complicated. It's night now. After that, I call you. Because the haze I saw on their faces, I have never seen before. I'm scared, man. Stay with me in this work. How? Hearing the teacher's words, I said, "Yes, teacher." That's why I came to stay. After that, for that day, the teacher and I went to sleep. The next morning started with new hope. The teacher and I go to Wasim Bai's house early in the morning to see Ikra and Kirat. For the first time, I have come to see Ikra and Kirat. Entering their room, I greet like the teacher and say, "Whoever they are, let them talk to me. Let them tell what they want." After that, there is some conversation between the devil and us. In the name of Allah, I command the devil to reveal his name. The devil laughs. He is supposedly a proud soldier. A soldier of countless devils. Ikra laughs mockingly in a demonic voice and says, "Very good. If needed, I can call him Halid." He further says he has come here for more than his work. This work is that work whose path is a darkness that resides in everyone's heart. The teacher forbids him to lie, because Herod can never be his name. I tell him, "Devil, there is no limit to your deception. The human soul is resilient. With a small light of faith, it can defeat the most cunning devil. We reject your influence and take firm steps against your deception." Now, Kirat laughs and says, "Perhaps the human soul is resilient, but how easily they submit to temptation." I tell the devil that all his temptations are a test for humans that strengthens their resolve. It calls to Allah and strengthens faith. Kirat mocks. This is supposedly a fragile notion. I tell him that whatever he shows is a false illusion, a mirage that disappears upon close supplication. True fulfillment comes from love for Allah, from compassion for each other. I say that the emptiness inside him cannot be covered with unreal imagination. Now Ikra gets a bit flustered and says, "Huser, you deny the depth of human greed and desires. Listen, I will exploit their weaknesses until they are lost in the void, so that nothing remains except soulless bodies." I say that his arrogance could be the cause of his defeat, but the human soul is actually stable. They find strength through faith in Allah. Now Kirat roars. Hope, 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 hope is a fragile thing. But I am forced to admit that your willpower is attractive. I tell him that as long as the flame of faith in Allah burns in human minds, their night will not last forever. A new day will dawn, morning will come. After that, Kirat and Ikra quietly fall into deep sleep. After that, we too research his name. Herod, he is definitely lying because according to Islam, Herod is a fallen angel. He doesn't possess anyone. Herod and Marad are 2 figures mentioned in Islamic tradition. According to some Islamic texts, they were both angels and were sent to earth by Allah to test humanity's faith in Allah and moral integrity. Some wishes were granted for their coming and staying in the world, and they were placed in Babylon to observe human behavior. But at one stage, they themselves submitted to temptation and engaged in sinful acts. So the devil inside Ikra and Kirat is definitely lying, taking advantage of our weaknesses, only mentioning Herod, not Merat. It could be that since the twin girls, Ikra and Kirat, are possessed, we might think Herod and Merat have taken control of them. However, according to my teacher, the entity reacted angrily to the salam, meaning it is not Muslim and thus lying. I was at a loss, with no clues or evidence to guide us. Then, the teacher recalled the demon's words, Ifrit will come. That day, we didn't meet Ikra and Kirat. After Isha prayers, the teacher and I consulted with respected local scholars, and through debate, we concluded that a ritual was performed on the girls for Ifrit's purpose, and the demon possessing them might be Ifrit's soldier. The next morning, we went to Wasim Bai's house. Entering Ikra and Kirat's room, we saw them sleeping. Kirat muttered that it was an impure day, unfit for Ruqyah, with blood on her lips and small blood spots on her clothes. Suddenly, Kirat fell silent, then gave a sinister laugh and began speaking. In the dimly lit room, her eyes gleamed, her voice distorted by the demon's presence. The teacher and I prepared for a verbal battle with the entity. The atmosphere grew heavy. The teacher, with firm resolve, declared he had uncovered Ifrit's plot and commanded the demon to reveal its name. The demon smirked, saying names hold great power, and offered to reveal its name if we solved 3 riddles. The teacher nodded silently, signaling readiness, and I urged the demon to pose the riddles. It laughed and said, Riddle 1, I am not alive, but I grow. I have no lungs, but I need air. Woman, after thinking, the teacher confidently answered, Fire. The demon flinched and said, Riddle 2, I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but live with the wind. What am I whispered to the teacher, and we answered, Echo. The demon's eyes showed clear frustration. It said, My third and final challenge. I am your servant, yet you cannot control me. I am a powerful force, but you can enrich me. What am I? The room fell silent, save for the flickering candle's faint crackle, as if our riddle game stretched into eternity. Finally, the teacher said, Demon, the answer is knowledge. Knowledge serves us, but we cannot fully control it. It is a powerful force, yet we can enrich it. Hearing this, Kirat screamed and fell asleep, and Ikra woke, revealing in a defeated tone, My name is Zarkan, and my master is a powerful Ifrit named Belial, who commands me for various tasks. As these names were uttered, a dark light enveloped the room. We forced Zarkan to reveal its plan. Zarkan said, I am Zarkan. I confess to my master Belial's plot. During the fair, a secret ancient ritual of the Wala Chakra was performed by Belial's followers to birth Ifrit's child and establish a demonic reign. We needed a woman, but Belial noticed Ikra and Kirat at the fair. We devised a special plan against them, aiming to unleash our dark world in the fair's enchanting atmosphere, turning laughter and joy into deception through Ifrit's demon. But we couldn't possess these sisters because they were so pure beyond our grasp. Observing their shadows, we recognized their extraordinary bond. Disguised as a sorcerer, I wove tales of magic to corrupt their faith, whispering prophecies from Belial that soon came true, fueling their curiosity and fascination. Every moment with the twins was spent leading them astray, distorting their reality and imagination. Eventually, they began arguing with each other. Their love, once their strength, became a weakness, our true plan. By mentally weakening them, we aimed to possess them for the Walid Chakra, manipulating them to question each other, creating a void where their faith in one another faltered, allowing us to seize their souls. The demon Zarkan admitted to creating such darkness in the minds of Ikra and Kirat that it fulfilled Belial's sinister plan, corrupting their thoughts. Zarkan entered one twin's body, then the other, enslaving one to the other, speaking through one while controlling the other. Hearing of Zarkan and Belial's horrific conspiracy, my teacher and I prepared to confront them. We arranged our materials and began reciting Ayatul Harq. As we started, Ikra and Kirat thrashed as if their bodies were on fire. Zarkan, in a surrendering tone, said, you've truly proven your faith with your intellect," his voice dripping with bitter sweetness. After a pause, he continued, taunting, "But have you really defeated me?" His words hung in the air, hinting at a hidden trap. My teacher and I cautiously approached Ikra to bind Zarkan, but the demon tried to distort our perceptions with illusions, igniting our deepest fears. He began his game, questioning, "Are you sure you can trust each other?" His voice echoed in our ears, sowing doubt and briefly ensnaring me in his web of illusion, causing hesitation that pulled us from our task. Yet, my teacher, unshaken by Zarkan's psychological warfare, stood firm, declaring, "Our faith is unbreakable, for our prayers and fear of Allah have brought us here." He gave me a sharp nudge to break my trance, and together we resumed reciting surahs. Zarkan shifted tactics, appealing to our sympathy, begging, "Please, Huser, set me free. I won't harm these girls anymore." His words stirred compassion in my teacher, but he paused, resumed reciting, and said, "There's no forgiveness for you. I see the darkness within you." We refused to yield to Zarkan's illusions. Frustrated, Zarkan played his final card, conjuring a vision of Ikra and Kirat writhing in deathly agony, mocking, "Look, Huser, your precious twins are in peril." We stop reciting now. Though briefly shaken, my teacher steeled himself, and I declared, "I pray for these sisters' recovery, and no one can shroud their minds in darkness, inshallah." We chanted the verses loudly. Zarkan realized he was trapped, unable to continue the fight. Suddenly, the Maghrib azan sounded. We paused the Ruqyah, performed wudu, and prayed. Returning to the girls' room, we found them clinging to our feet, weeping. Through their voices, Zarkan said, "Huser, Allah is great. In this battle, I've understood Allah's light. These sisters are pure. Though I possessed them, I couldn't corrupt them. You fought for Allah's light. Yet, at the azan, you stood in his court with such devotion. I was wrong. The fire of the Quran's verses has shown me my state. Please, have mercy." We ordered Zarkan to leave their bodies, and he complied. After performing wudu for the girls, we made Zarkan recite through them. Slowly, the girls collapsed, and we heard, "Assalamu alaikum." By Allah's mercy, they were healed. We spoke to the village committee, leading to actions against the fair committee, which was restructured. Inshallah, no such rituals have occurred in the village since. My teacher later shared much wisdom, which I won't elaborate on to save time. Thank you for listening to this incident.